Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of New to Weeaboo. This is number 151 for July 23rd, 2025. I am Nemesis, and I am joined by Alcatraz.
Hello.
Yeah. I think the biggest news that I could share with this in the past couple of weeks has been a new trailer for the next Madoka Magica movie.
Yep.
Not really a whole lot to it. And also an actual more firm release date, February 2026 for Japanese theaters.
For Japanese theaters.
Yep. So probably like, if it comes to the U.S., probably like April or May.
Hopefully earlier
Year.
than
But
later.
yeah, we now have a much more firm release date.
Yes, it's getting closer. It's approaching.
But other than that, finally finished like several of the things. Like we watched those anime for last season, which actually one of which we're talking about this time. But I finished watching the rest of them as well. Yeah, so Mono, Apocalypse Hotel, and Death's Journey. Which I finally finished all of those. Yeah, Mono was very much, very, very similar to Eurocamp in that sense.
Very comf.
Very comf. Nice little ending, I guess. Little surprises here and there, but not much to deal with. Then you get actually a lot more blatant cameos from the Eurocamp characters.
Oh, interesting.
Including actual voiced cameos as well.
Voiced cameos?
Including like Rin's grandpa shows up.
Oh my. Oh yeah, the old camper dude.
Yep, he shows up. And there's also one episode where they were doing they wound up doing this weird food eating contest, and they lost to Nadeshiko's and her family. They weren't even trying to enter the contest; just saw some yummy food and just. And what was it? Apocalypse Hotel took some turns, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I was not surprised. I was expecting some of the stuff it did. Very interesting things.
Interesting. I might have to get back into that one.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I think it did some really good stuff. It maintained the mood that we caught from the first three episodes. That melancholy mixed with a kind of goofy sense of humor sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
But of course, the fourth one we watched was Rocka's Lady's Modesty. Rockwell Lady no Tashinami Deshite. Which we're now talking in here. We're talking as a whole here.
Well,
so yeah,
with the whole thing.
Yeah. So if you remember, it's about Lilisa Suzunomiya, who was her mother married into a much more well-off family, and she kind of has to now she's at a very proper all girls school, and she has to present this very nice image of a proper young lady. Essentially,
Must be proper,
prim and proper young lady. And the thing was, she used to play guitar a lot, and she got her passion reignited when she meets Otaha Kurogane, who's a drummer, running into her, and they kind of have a very interesting first meeting, ending with a lot of cursing. And then all of a sudden, by the way, would you want to do that again? What? Yeah, that's the thing. Is eventually the two of them decide to form a band, and they wind up recruiting two other people. One of which was from Ota's past, and the other being another person from their school. And they get into the various shenanigans of playing in a band and trying to also, keep it secret from everyone else because,
keep it secret, keep it safe,
and also kind of going and playing live shows and kind of the some of the problems, including the fact that they are an instrumental band, so no vocals, which the anime is very much likes to drill into you that makes things a lot more difficult because people have a hard time vibing with a song that has no vocals, which I don't get personally, but
I understand what they're saying, and I think it is accurate in the general sense, which is what you have to deal with a band. I personally don't vibe with that. I vibe with instrumentals quite well, but I know that is not common in populace.
Yeah, so that's kind of pretty much where it is, and including also a lot of the interband relationship stuff and some of the drama that comes from that, particularly from the two new members. Because we left off in the first three episodes, also including finding out Lilisa's newfound younger stepsister, discovering Lilisa's secret.
Yeah, we finally figured which way that was gonna go. It was originally set up, at least in the first three, as that she was going to be rather antagonistic, but they quickly turned that around.
It quickly turned around. She attended the show thanks to
one of her friends.
Because Liz and Otaha wound up being basically substitutes for a little performance band, like a concert band thing. it's a very casual thing, and they're like, oh, it's really casual because, oh, can we slow it down because I'm having a hard time keeping up. Like, this song sucks slow. And they went all in hard and forced everyone to keep up with them.
Yep. But it turned out really well. Really good.
Really well, because it's the reminder of like, oh, right. Why did you do this in the first place? Because for fun, not like this whole like passionate but messy is a lot better than perfect but slow. Or but perfect, I guess technically perfect but kind of boring.
Bland, yeah. Yeah.
So they kind of reignite then, of course, then also curse out the old man Yowie.
The old man Yowie. Those two totally had a thing going that they didn't want to admit.
Lots of cursing and obscenities, to say the least.
Yeah, so this is it. I think the first 3 episodes they did it a couple times to each other, but yeah, apparently that's just now the standard cooldown, I guess, from any event is they gotta curse at each other.
Not just each other, anyone else.
If not each other, they have to curse at something. It's either gonna be themselves or someone else.
And everyone else being shocked, like, Yeah, so like, the thing was Alice, when she attends the show, she sees that, she recognizes Lilisa, and what way is she playing guitar? I knew she was up to something. And then he gets blown away by it, and then becomes a Piper fan, and also apparently seems to get a catch feelings for a stepsister, which is like, Then it's one of those weird things where it's like they've known each other for like months, and they don't really interact with each other. So
like
you can't. It's not like we grew up knowing each other as siblings, and that's weird now. So
but also like I don't know how much romantic.
I don't know because
what was between those two.
Well, also there's all the thing. The whole band seemed to kind of take Alice under their wing, and Alice just kind of have a gay panic.
Yeah, has no idea what's happening.
Because like, oh no, like suddenly these girls are paying attention to me, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the other things was one of the people who actually also wound up attending that show was like upperclassmen for the two of them, the school prince, Tina Isemi.
Isemi.
She's also the vice president of the I think the student council.
I think
yeah. So she's like the student. She's very handsome. The very handsome androgynous girl, makes all the girls swoon and everything. And she just she was at the show. She saw Lilisa and Otaha, and she goes to Lilisa and asks to join, and because for the first time in her life, she has something she wants for herself because she's always been playing a part.
Yep. This seems to be a running theme.
Yeah, they always playing a part because doing what others want. She's like a model for her parents' company. I believe they sell like perfume and crap.
Yeah, makeup or perfume or
makeup and perfume and stuff like that. She's a model for that, and also she's doing things like she's trying to basically cultivate the image of the prince because that's what people want from her.
Yep. And
for the first time, she's wanted something for herself, and also Lilisa accidentally discovers something about Tina, namely Tina binds pretty hard to maintain their androgyny because her body decided now we're going to go feminine. Really feminine.
What's the brain quote? Pinky in the brain. Puberty was inordinately kind to her.
Yep. And that's the thing. So she has also like really low self-esteem, and also she has a little rabbit plush she talks to.
Yeah, that's a thing. So that's like dissociation.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
She's got some stuff going on she's working through.
Yeah, at the same time, Otaha meets up with an old friend of hers, a girl named Tamaki Shiraya, who wants Otaha to form a band with her. And Otaha's like, I'm already in a band.
You can join mine, though.
And the problem is Tamaki doesn't really like Lilisa. He thinks Lilisa's crap.
Yep.
And Lilisa gets pretty upset about this.
Reasonably so.
And doesn't understand because like Tota is like, I like Lilisa. You'd understand. And it's like, I like Lilisa's thing. Is like, Tamaki, I don't get it. What does she see in this girl? She's nothing. She's competent, and that's about it. Right? So they even played a show together. Tina, who's wanting to play keyboard, I guess, because she knows a little bit of piano. Turns out she's not particularly good at it. Lilisa has to put her through a crash course of learning how to play this piano and the keyboard, and they have to resort to basically simplifying the part so she can keep up. And so we see Tina putting a lot of work because gets the bandages on the hands and everything. And they wound up playing a show in a battle of bands because, well, they needed people in bands in those slots, and they kind of, well, they show up, and they're kind of bombing out initially, and then like,
Yeah, that first battle, it was between Tamaki's, the band that Tamaki was playing for earlier as a stand-in, and it was, if you lose with this other band, you have to stick with us, because one of the other ones really wanted her.
Yep. Because they're serious about it. Of course, the Tamaki is getting annoyed because they're very much, kind of selling out.
Yep.
In order to get popular, they're selling out. But yeah, the thing is, initially between the instrumental and the fact that Lilysa's Lilisa and Tina are actually both kind of bombing. Tina's struggling because she has to think Tina came in late, and then had to listen to Ota's drumming to get back on track, and then Lilisa's just kind of problem is she's overdoing it. In a sense, she's trying too hard to impress people. And then, kind of gets, reminded of, remember why you're doing this? For fun? Oh, right. And then kind of gets in her groove, and that's when she makes, Tamaki see what Otaha sees in her finally.
Yep. And finally do what you're supposed
and everyone
to do.
And then, of course, they get the dead silence then where everyone forgets to clap because, they're like, whoa.
Everyone's stunned and doesn't clap, so they lose.
Yeah, they lose. But everyone still has to go, whoa, they just really...
Fortunately for them, though, the stage owners recognize it. The venue owners that run it recognize like that was actually they actually have some talent.
And they also managed to, even though they lost, Tamaki still stays with them because, for various reasons, including they find out Tamaki. Tamaki renews Tamaki's. She doesn't really like guitar. She likes playing bass.
Yep, because she had been playing guitar for the other band.
Yeah, so she's like, basically the other band, members of the other band recognized that Tamaki's happier with the bass, so let her have it.
Yep, let her have it, let her stay.
Yep, so
and then the band was officially formed.
Renamed themselves to Rock Lady because Tamaki came up with a really awful name.
Awful name.
Just on the spot because she made it about her and Otaha.
Yep.
And then they also had the thing where they basically went to a battle of the bands, and they happened to luck into a band walking in who wanted to perform at the venue. Perfect. It was one of those bunch of boys.
Yeah, it was a boy band who kind of sucks.
Well, they don't suck. The thing is, they're decent enough.
Yeah, decent enough, but
they're mostly riding on the fact that they're pretty.
Yeah, but they're pretty and have huge Instagram followers.
Yep, they're riding on the fact that they had a fan base, essentially. Yeah. But they're competent well enough, and that's not not particularly amazing. And but they're like they think they're the coolest thing ever, and they're looking. Oh, look, perfect. We can perform against them, and we could just we'll be so awesome compared to them.
Because we're gonna just fill this place with people who already want us to win.
And the thing was, Otaha was like, okay, I'll do this, but I'm done afterwards. And this is not what I want.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm here for myself, and it's like. It's interesting because Lilisa had to kind of get her to realize, more about that, which is interesting. I'll get a little bit into that, but yeah, they do the performance, basically steal all the other band's fans.
Yep.
Except for one who's really stubbornly like.
And even then, at the end, she was kind of
and upset them, but then basically that's how the anime ends. Like clearly, it's one of those. There's an ending, but like. There's clearly a lot more because the manga is ongoing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more going on. But a couple things I want to talk about particularly. We already talked about Lilisa and Ota a little bit more, but Lilisa having, her whole thing is like her, it's clear her dad's gone in some capacity, and her mom remarried, and she's trying to maintain things so they could stay with this new family and keep her mom happy. Thing is, we also see something more regarding her mom after this first episode. Clearly, her mom, something is actually wrong with her mom.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on there because her mom is like.
The dead fish
not
eyes.
All there.
Yeah, dead fish eyes.
Dead fish eyes in the way she's talking and the things she's talking.
We've always been part of this family, haven't we?
Yeah. Like, something is broken.
Yep. They did not really get into that, unfortunately.
They did not. They haven't explained it.
So it's like something that I have to look in the manga for to see probably more of that story.
Yeah, and it's like, is the loss of her husband so traumatic that it's bury it, or like there's a lot of ways it could go. I don't know what, but
like she even tells Lilith says she's happy that she kind of abandoned that guitar.
Yep.
And there's also the other thing. Lilith had met the because Lilith is trying to what was it? She's trying to be that one of the things was there's that thing, that award,
the noble maiden or
yeah,
whatnot.
something like that.
Yeah.
And she's trying to get that again for the sake of her mother, and she meets a previous one and finding out what it's like, because she's like, oh yeah, you can have your fun for now, but moderation, you're gonna have to give it up. And but this is my life. Playing guitar is my life.
Yep.
I don't want to give that up. Now she's upset at this.
Yep.
Because at first she thought, oh, I found a kindred spirit. I found out maybe I'm better suited for this whole noble maiden thing than I thought. And then, oh wait, no,
you don't understand what it's like.
Yeah, there's that. And Ota is interesting because, she has that whole thing of oh, I'm always right. Because, the narrative always seems to prove her right.
It does.
Ota always has she's right. No matter what, she's the one who's right. She's the one who has to remind Lily, says, this is for fun. This is, we're not, stop trying so hard to impress people. Just play for yourself. She's the one who has to, get Tamaki to realize that Lily has more to her than Tamaki realizes. And she's the one who gets Tina back on track to that first performance, and actually even comes the suggestion of simplifying her part so she can actually keep up initially, so while she's still learning, so on and so forth. Like Ota, and then at the end though, what they do is they change that, because Ota was willing to walk away because she was like, I don't want to be part of this if we're going to be doing stuff like performing like this, because I was doing this for me.
Yep. And
Lily says no, I'm going to prove to you why. It's I'm going to prove to you
that
why
there's more
this is worth it.
That you want to poke a little further than that.
And Ota discovered she was wrong, because Ota found out that playing for people, hearing those cheers for their playing feels good.
Yeah,
it also feels good.
Yeah, it's one of those you have to find a balance. And you have to find because they show all these other bands that like, for example, the band that Tamaki left. She left because they were only playing for others and never for themselves. Yeah. And there's also it's perfectly fine to play for yourself, but if you want to do more, there are certain things you have to do in order for those doors to open.
Yeah.
But for the long time, Otoa just didn't care about opening those doors. She just wanted to play for herself.
And she actually disliked it.
Yeah.
Idea.
Yeah. So sometimes it does take someone to show you how, to just kind of drag you out and go, look, you're missing these things.
Yeah, because Ota is all about the self-gratification.
Yeah.
Which the anime is very clearly makes it, the whole, the music is just a metaphor for BDSM, essentially.
That is the thing about this whole thing is, oof.
A lot of that stuff, showing Lilith chained up and that sort of thing.
It's it's not explicit.
Boy howdy.
Boy howdy.
Yeah.
They know right where that line is.
And Tamaki, they're being real standoffish, she's aloof. She sometimes that's the thing. Tamaki sometimes has a point. She talks about how bands have fallen apart because everyone's trying to, kind of, make sure the person who's kind of new to this is okay. They're trying to keep they're holding themselves back for the sake of this one person. The whole thing falls apart because they're all being held back by one person who just can't keep up, because she's trying to get them to kick Tina out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lily says it's refusing to do that. And that becomes, again, source of tension. Just Tamaki and Lily are not seeing eye to eye on anything, including Tamaki openly insulting Lily's playing.
Yep.
On top of that, Tamaki then, kind of remembering why, her love of the bass. She likes bass more than guitar, but she gave up bass because, guitar kind of worked out better for her in the sense of playing for people.
Yep. Yeah, because that is a thing. The guitar, especially if you're doing lead guitar, it's a lot more prominent, especially when you compare it to the bass. Just kind of sits in the back, and
the bass is just happy if you even notice they're there.
Depends on the band, but yeah, it's so common that the basses tends to get forgotten about.
So yeah, she not only discovers what Lily said, what Lily is, how Lily says appeal. She also rediscovers her love of the bass and wants to stick with bass and everything. Another thing is also kind of, she covers some things about herself as well, in the sense of her and Otaha. Particularly after Otaha and Liz has just openly like they're screaming at each other, then they start screaming at Tamaki.
Yep.
Because Tamaki's like, what the, and then they don't do anything to Tina because Tina's too pure.
No. Tina's innocent. She's perfect, and nothing is wrong with her.
You're doing fine. You're doing great, sweetie.
You're doing great.
And Tamaki then after that asked Otaha to please denigrate her again.
Please step up.
And Ota's like, ew.
Ew.
And then later it's like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And we find, Tamaki also goes to a different school than the three of them. She goes to Ocean Girls Academy versus the rest of them going to a different school.
And then Lilith runs into her at a tea ceremony thing for the school.
And Tamaki's like, if you tell anyone, I'm going to kill you. It's like, I wasn't going to tell anyone because that
like literally back at you.
Like,
we're in the same situation here.
That would out me too.
Because it's like, I saw her at the Devil's Sacrament. What were you doing at the Devil's Sacrament?
Writing names down. And Tina, again, she's learning to love herself. She's learning to love herself and like be herself for herself and not for other people.
Yep, and she's trying to gain some self-confidence finally.
To get some self-confidence too, although there's some bumpiness, including this one was just a kind of a funny thing because it turns out Tina's got One Piece syndrome. Very tiny waist, big boobs.
Yeah.
And she discovers a problem. She's been practicing all this time at the school. They perform, and Lily says like, okay, part of it, okay, we need to use that appeal of that. For one, and two, it'll make sure people don't recognize you because you don't, Tina DeSemi does not look like this, right? The problem is she goes to play and goes, oh God, I can't see my hands.
I can't see my hands.
Oh no.
So she has to play with weird form, which, yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny because an actual acknowledgement of a potential pitfall here.
They're too big. I can't see
anything. Yeah, so there's that, and of course, Tina accidentally kind of charming Tamaki a little bit.
Yeah.
Because of course, once again, we got that good old band polycule going.
Yeah,
keeps happening.
It keeps happening.
Why does this keep happening? Because basically, you got the Dom, you got the Switch who wants to let the Dom take her turn. Darn it! You got the sub who the Dom is disgusted by, and you got Tina, who's just kind of happy to be here. Doesn't know what's going on, but she's happy to be here.
Yeah.
She's happy to be included.
Yeah.
So because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of the very kind of sexualized imagery, kind of to go with the instrument playing.
Yep. That is a common thing, not just in anime, but in a lot of times when it comes to playing an instrument. It's like,
yeah,
I see what you're saying, and it does seem to work. Still a little weird.
Yeah, there's also the flowers.
Oh yeah, there's always the flowers.
They face of flowers. Like every single time there's a new band member, a new flower shows up representing each of them. Lisa, of course, being represented by Lily, because
Lisa,
and even showing the flowers, the state of the flowers, kind of representing what's going on with the band at that current moment.
Yep.
Then eventually you have the full in bloom 4 flowers and everything, and yeah. The other funny thing was the boy band they went up against, of course their name was Bacchus, because sounds very similar to Bacchus.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had their whole thing where they had a manager they're kind of bullying into being their manager, I guess, because he's just like, oh, he's so starstruck, and he just didn't realize that they're taking advantage of him.
Yep.
Alice gets through to him, kind of yelling at him, and
yeah.
And the other thing, the kids recorded their performance, and they're post the performance. They didn't want to record it, so post it.
Yeah.
And then he just takes the SD card and snaps in half, which is the way that broke is that those usually don't break like that.
Yeah, they're not quite as crisp.
That's not how it usually. It'll just kind of bend and then break and then eventually slowly break in half.
The circuit board inside is closer to that.
Yeah, but the plastic housing.
The plastic is ABS, and it'll give and turn white.
It'll give, but it won't just snap. You'll have to bend it a couple times.
Yeah, it's ABS, which is
so it's
is pretty.
Just reminds me of that old Transformers thing where he just rips apart a floppy disk with his bare hands. It's like, okay,
that's actually impressive.
Sure. That's okay. Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, it's It's just overall like the imagery and everything, and of course, also often using stuff like like the tornado imagery for like they're literally blowing away the audience. Type of thing.
Yeah.
And like that works really well. It's just also like that bit at the end where like Baka's coming out all smug, like they've just been booed and everything. We're gonna come out and prove, and then the entire audience is just talking about how amazing that band was,
Except for the one girl up front.
Well, she's like, yay, okay, almost half-hearted about it now. So I was like, oh no.
Yeah, and then Bacchus did the worst thing ever.
Yeah, they
quit
mid-set.
mid-set.
Not even partway through a song.
Yeah. It's just
you don't do that.
No, even if you've got a bad set, you go to the end.
Mm-hmm. Unless you were actually being told to get off the stage.
Yeah.
You go to the end of your set, and they actually left it go start a fight, and then Otaha's weird bodyguard person slams one on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, her weird bodyguard is like, okay.
It hasn't been formally introduced.
Yeah, she was just kind of. She was there here and there.
Yeah,
like,
she never shows up. She caught Alice once.
Yeah, and like, yeah, of course that Alyssa, who the hell's that? I've never seen her before. Who's that? So like the other thing, which is like, this is very, again, we talked about it before, but yeah, it's pretty darn gay.
Oh, it's very gay.
It's weird because like it's one of those weird ones where it's like again, the BDSM imagery kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. But, like, then you have stuff like the very ending where you have Otaha and Lilisa talking to each other. And, like, Lilisa pretty much makes a confession practically right there. That's, like, practically a confession right there. And then even, like, moves closer, almost like she's going to kiss Otaha, but stops, unfortunately. And then, have stuff like even, Lilisa outright calling Otaha her partner.
Yeah. And
then on top of that, you have Otaha. Yeah, all this time she's calling her Lilisa-san, and she just calls her Lilisa, no honorific.
Drops
which
the
is
honorific.
like, oh,
which is
wow.
They're getting very close.
But yeah, of course, Tamaki seems to have a thing for Ota as well, and Tina's
just happy to be.
Yeah, Tina, I don't know. Tina almost feels like she has a kind of a bit of a thing, might have a little bit of a thing for Lilisa.
Maybe.
But also accidentally charmed Tamaki, so, hey. And then, of course, you have the good old slap, kiss kind of thing you add between Lilith and Tamaki. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Polycule going. It's, again, and on top of that, the animation for the actual performances, again, they, of course, use CG. Again,
CG. It's
because
really good.
It works really well because it's very accurate to what's actually being played.
Yes, that definitely does help.
And again, the CG itself is also pretty decent. You can tell it's CG, but it's not like
you can tell when they
looking.
switch. But
it's still, you can tell, you can see the switch between the two, but it still works out.
It's not as jarring as I've seen.
Of course, the music itself pretty darn good,
incredible. Yeah,
pretty darn good music considering again they have to sell the audience with the instrumentals and everything, and it works out really well. And also, there's a funny bit where Otaha wore that one. She won an outfit from an auction from a drummer she really liked, and she wore it, and everyone's like, "What?"
Spikes.
Yep,
lots of spikes.
And also, their first performance together was their coordination was completely not there.
Not there.
There was no coordination because only Lilith and Tina even remotely coordinated with each other. That was because Liz is helping her out.
Yeah.
And then later performance, okay, that's a bit better.
Yep. Actual coordinated outfits.
Yep. And because the other thing, we already talked about the first two, Lilisa and Otaha, regarding their voice actors and that first thing, Akira Sekine and Miuri Shimabukuro. Those two voice actors are a little bit, but Tamaki is voiced Natsume Fujiwara. Oh, the Witch Watch anime that's been popping up. Shinka Lion. Damien in the Spy Family. Damien. Dr. Stone. One Punch Man. Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh.
Gundam Build Divers.
Beyblade.
Yep. Black Clover. Oh, really? That guy? That guy's got such an annoying voice, though.
Yeah, that means that she's got range.
Symphogear.
Symphogear.
Yeah, but Tina Semi is voiced by Ayaka Fukuhara. Elfson. That recent one. Azure Lane.
Oh boy.
Idol Master.
Bismarck.
Idol Master. Kakaguri. Twin. Princess Connect. Yeah, I recognize a lot of this stuff.
Multiple Azure lanes.
Yeah.
Some pre.
Minaria Friends. I know who that is.
Cinderella Girls.
Yeah. And that's, she doesn't really go that far back. Well, she does, but Love Lab. Oh, someone in it's not my fault. I'm not popular. Somewhat minor part in that, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna really get too much deeper than those characters, but yeah. Yeah, it's really great. And the only problem with it, honestly, is just kind of it does the common thing with this sort of thing, which is kind of the ending is there. It works well enough, I guess, but it's clear there's more, and I'm not sure if they're ever going to get more anime.
Yeah,
which is really frustrating because, like, yeah, guess what? Go read the manga.
Yeah, it caps off a lot of what was it. I wouldn't say it caps anything off, but it gets things to a decent breaking point or break point with the story without, leaving too many threads open. But still, the main stuff's still going on. The band is now formed, and they just have to figure out where they're going from there. So they dealt with all that initial arc.
They also got some fans. They're establishing themselves on social media and getting fans, and yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that initial bit is done. Now they have to take the next step while still continuing the main arc of being prim and proper and not getting caught.
Which eventually, it's pointed out. Well, there's that one they want to. What was it? There's a big music show they want to perform for. It's like they're going to do that. Eventually, going to get noticed.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to stay hidden there. I don't think they've thought about that yet.
It's one of those. We'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. The other thing is, there's also, of course, a lot of music references to various. We brought it up before, but yeah.
Yeah, and they just straight up use actual band names and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, I know the OP has a blatant references to a couple things, including like Nirvana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the baby in the pool.
Yep. So yeah, they definitely. It's one of those things. Like, there's definitely a lot of love in this thing for what they're doing.
It's like the writers actually enjoy music.
Yeah.
Too. They know and like music too. So
Western music specifically.
Western music, yeah, it's heavily based around Western rock.
Yeah.
They
really
still
good.
haven't answered the biggest mystery of all,
which is
her hair.
Yep. You'll never get an answer. It just is.
It's just anime magic.
It just is.
How does she not knock over every vase in the vicinity?
Anime magic. She's a proper lady. That's why. She's a proper lady. Yeah, overall, really solid, and I really hope there might be a second season, but of course, as we know, Yuri does not get second seasons.
Rarely.
Unless it's you're gushing over magical girls.
Yeah. Very rarely does it get second seasons. It's unfortunate.
But there is the manga still. I have to check that out. Because, Bocchi the Rock got a second season, and that's not really Yuri, but there's a lot of stuff implying, in the manga, there's a lot of stuff implying that Bocchi's a lesbian, so...
yeah.
Heavily implied. And of course, we got the whole Kita has a crush on Rio thing. Who knows? Maybe the fact it's musical based will kind of be enough to elevate it.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So anyway, that's it for this episode, I guess. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can check out past and future episodes on newtoweeboo.libsyn.com, spelled Libsyn. If you want to subscribe to the RSS feed there, or subscribe, you can do so via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or Amazon Podcasts. Just search for us, any of those, or click buttons at the top of the Libsyn site for most of those as well. If you want to contact us, you can do so via email, newtoweeboo@gmail.com, if you have any comments or questions or anime recommendations or whatnot. And of course, you can follow our various social media. It's all listed at newtoweeboo.libsyn.com/contact. You just click the links there and you can follow. And you also can send us a message if you want there too. So, hey, why not? All done for you. So that's it for this one. Join us next time. We will be talking about summer 2025 anime.
Yay, another sampler platter.
You're doing that again. Yeah, it's time.
What does RNGesus have in store for us this time?
Don't know yet. We'll find out in short order. Hopefully nothing too bad, because I saw some dreary things when I was making the list.
Oh, no.
But I also saw some really good-looking things.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yep. Keep yourself cool and all that stuff. Remember to keep hydrated, all that. Keep yourself safe.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.